Let's face it, you're probably never going to make $100,000 a year. Harsh? Maybe. But for most people, it's the cold, hard truth. You're stuck in a financial rut and you don't even know it. But don't close this video just yet. Over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why you're sabotaging your own financial future. I'll reveal the 10 hidden traps that are keeping you from that six-figure salary you've been dreaming about. You might not like what you hear, but trust me, you need to hear it. These are the brutal facts that no one else has the guts to tell you. So are you ready to face the uncomfortable truth about why you're not making $100,000? Let's dive in. Before we get started, I would like to give a shout out to Daryl Coco. You're doing great things for this channel and we enjoy having you here. Now let's get to the video. Skill stagnation. In today's rapidly evolving job market, letting your skills go stale is a surefire way to cap your earning potential. Imagine being a typewriter repairman in the age of computers. That's skill stagnation. Many people get too comfortable in their roles, mastering outdated skills while the world moves on. They make excuses. No time, too expensive, too difficult to learn new things. Meanwhile, industries transform, leaving them behind. The cost? Missed promotions, lower salaries, and eventually obsolescence. A web developer who doesn't keep up with new programming languages might earn $60,000, while their up-to-date colleague makes $120,000. In most industries, if you're not actively upskilling, you're actively falling behind. And in this race, standing still means you will never cross that $100,000 finish line. So ask yourself, are your skills future-proof, or are you typing away on a career typewriter? But even if you're constantly updating your skills, there's another sneaky obstacle that might be keeping that $100,000 salary out of reach. Income complacency. Settling for less is the enemy of financial growth. Income complacency is like being a frog in slowly boiling water. Comfortable until it's too late. Many people accept their current salary without question. They fear rocking the boat, avoiding salary negotiations or job searches. At least I have a job, they say, as if that's the pinnacle of success. But here's the math. A 3% annual raise on a $50,000 salary will take you 24 years to reach $100,000. Meanwhile, inflation eats away at your purchasing power. The real kicker? Every year you don't push for more. You're leaving money on the table. That comfortable $60,000 job? There might be a $90,000 opportunity right around the corner. Remember, your employer isn't your financial guardian. It's up to you to advocate for your worth. At the end of the day, it comes down to, are you truly satisfied or just afraid to demand more? Your financial future hangs in the balance. Single income dependence. In today's gig economy, putting all your eggs in one basket is a recipe for financial limitation. Single income dependence is like trying to cross a tightrope without a safety net. Many people cling to their 9-to-5 job as their sole source of income, ignoring the vast landscape of additional earning opportunities. They shy away from side hustles, freelance gigs, or passive income streams, content with their predictable paycheck. Diversifying your income isn't just about safety, it's about exponential growth. While your day job might cap at $70,000, a side hustle could bring in an extra $30,000 or more. Remember, the wealthy rarely rely on a single income source. They create multiple streams, each contributing to their financial goals. Are you maximizing your earning potential, or are you leaving money on the table by relying on just one income stream? Lifestyle inflation. You got a raise? Congrats! Now watch that money disappear faster than you can say new iPhone. Lifestyle inflation is the financial equivalent of running on a treadmill. Lots of effort, but you're not getting anywhere. As income grows, so does the temptation to upgrade your life. Bigger apartment, fancier car, designer clothes. Suddenly your cost of living matches or even exceeds your new salary. It's like having a hole in your pocket that grows with every pay increase. The math is brutal. A $10,000 raise can vanish into thin air with just a few small lifestyle upgrades. That money could have been invested or saved, pushing you closer to your $100,000 goal. Remember, true wealth isn't about showing off. It's about building a solid financial foundation. Are you really earning more, or are you just spending more? Your answer could be the difference between financial freedom and a never-ending paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. Poor saving habits. Save for a rainy day, they say. But for many, it's always sunny in Spenville. Poor saving habits are like a leaky boat. You might stay afloat for a while, but eventually you'll sink. Most people treat saving as an afterthought, tucking away whatever's left after spending. Spoiler alert, there's usually nothing left. They fall for the "I'll start saving when I make more" myth, not realizing that saving is a muscle that needs consistent exercise. Here's the harsh truth. If you can't save when you're making $50,000, you won't magically start when you hit $100,000. It's not about how much you make, it's about the habit. Remember, every dollar saved is a soldier in your financial army. Without this army, you're fighting a losing battle against debt, emergencies, and missed opportunities. Are you building your financial safety net, or are you one emergency away from financial disaster? Your saving habits today determine your financial reality tomorrow. Investment ignorance. Saving is great, but letting your money sit idle, that's like having a sports car and never taking it out of the garage. Investment ignorance is the silent dream killer, the difference between treading water and riding the waves to financial success. Many people shy away from investing, viewing it as too complex or risky. They leave their hard-earned cash in low-yield savings accounts, watching it slowly erode due to inflation. It's like planting seeds and forgetting to water them. Nothing grows. Here's the wake-up call. At a 7% average annual return, $10,000 invested today could become over $76,000 in 30 years. Meanwhile, that same $10,000 in a typical savings account might not even keep up with inflation. Remember, the wealthy don't just work for money. They make their money work for them. Is your money multiplying, or is it merely collecting dust? Your answer could be the difference between reaching $100,000 and watching it remain a distant dream. Weak professional network. Ever heard the saying, "It's not what you know, it's who you know"? Well, if your professional network is smaller than your high school reunion group, you're in trouble. A weak network is like fishing in a puddle. Your opportunities are severely limited. Many people underestimate the power of professional connections, treating networking as an optional extra rather than a career necessity. They hide behind their screens, missing out on the hidden job market and lucrative opportunities that never make it to the job boards. Here's a reality check. Up to 80% of jobs are filled through networking. That dream job, paying $100,000, it might have been filled before it was even advertised, by someone who knew the right person. Remember, your network is your net worth. Each connection is a potential door to new opportunities, insights, and yes, higher salaries. Are you building bridges to new opportunities, or are you an island in the professional world? Your network could be the key to unlocking that $100,000 potential. Knowledge stagnation. Remember when you thought you knew everything after graduation? Newsflash. In today's fast-paced world, what you learned last year might already be outdated. Knowledge stagnation is like trying to navigate with an old map. You'll end up lost in a world that's moved on. Many people stop learning once they land a job, thinking their formal education is enough. They ignore industry trends, skip professional development, and treat learning as a chore rather than an opportunity. It's like being a flip phone in a smartphone world. Here's the cold, hard truth. The half-life of professional skills is now about 5 years. That means half of what you know today could be irrelevant in 5 years. Remember, in the race for that $100,000 salary, the learning never stops. The most valuable players in any industry are those who consistently bring new knowledge and fresh perspectives to the table. Are you actively expanding your knowledge, or are you running on intellectual fumes? Your commitment to lifelong learning could be the difference between stagnation and reaching that six-figure goal. Lack of clear financial goals. I want to be rich is not a goal, it's a daydream. Vague financial aspirations are like trying to drive to somewhere nice. You'll end up going in circles. A lack of clear financial goals is the equivalent of playing darts blindfolded. Many people float through their careers with nebulous notions of success. They work hard but without direction, hoping that somehow, someday, they'll stumble upon that six-figure salary. It's like trying to build a house without a blueprint. Here's the reality check. People who set specific financial goals are 3 times more likely to achieve them than those who don't. That $100,000 goal, it needs to be broken down into actionable, time-bound steps. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. The road to 6 figures is paved with clear, measurable objectives and consistent progress tracking. Do you have a roadmap to $100,000, or are you just hoping to win the career lottery? Your answer could be the difference between purposeful progress and aimless wandering. But even with clear goals, there's one final pitfall that could derail your journey to that 6-figure salary. It's time to address the twin demons of impatience and inconsistency. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither's a $100,000 salary. Impatience and inconsistency are the wrecking balls of financial success, destroying progress faster than you can say, "Get rich quick." Many people start their journey to higher earnings with enthusiasm, only to give up when they don't see immediate results. They job hop frantically, chase trendy side hustles, or fall for dubious investment schemes. It's like planting a seed and digging it up every day to check if it's grown. Here's the harsh truth. Sustainable financial growth is a marathon, not a sprint. That $100,000 goal, it might take years of consistent effort, learning, and strategic moves to achieve. Remember, success is not about intensity, it's about consistency. The most successful people aren't always the most talented, but they're often the most persistent. Are you committed to the long game, or are you looking for a financial shortcut? Your patience and consistency could be the final keys to unlocking that $100,000 potential. And there you have it, 10 reasons why you might never make $100,000. But remember, knowing these pitfalls is the first step to avoiding them. Your financial future is in your hands. What will you do with this knowledge?